Hey guys, how's it going? Thank you so much for joining today's session. This is Jason from Yeastar Training Team. Glad to be here with you guys. So for today's session, we're actually going to talk about the Yeastar Central Management for helping us to manage our cloud PBX. All right, and this is going to be our session 1 of our YCCA. So thank you so much for joining today's session once again. Now, first of all, how do we get started? Because we're talking about this cloud solution based on the P-Series system, right? Which is going to be the P-Series Cloud Edition. So first thing first, if you want to get started about your P-Series Cloud Edition configuration, the first step you're supposed to do there is simply log into your Yeastar Central Management, because this is exactly the place for you to get started for everything. So later on, if you want to create a new instance there, or you want to start your configuration of very particular instance, you're actually going to use this YCM portal at the very beginning. So have a check here, guys. Now, at the very beginning, I would like to give you guys a brief introduction about this Yeastar Central Management. So what is this? This is exactly a centralized platform which is designed by Yeastar, and it's definitely what we call it, centralized platform, right? The only one platform which helps us to manage all of our cloud instances and also our hardware PBXs as well. So this time, when you try to log into the Yeastar Central Management, you will actually use a very particular user account, and this user account is actually going to be your Yeastar Partner ID. That's also the point. Another point of this centralized platform, like I mentioned, this time you guys will simply just use this only particular user account for log into the system. That's it. You don't need to switch to some other user accounts anymore. Simply just take your Yeastar ID, okay? And by the way, if you want to know more details about the Yeastar Central Management, want to get more information about this YCM, so you guys can simply visit our website, www.yeastar.com, and there you go. This is going to be the place for you to get all the details of our YCM. Okay, now let's switch it back to the Yeastar Central Management. So as I mentioned, we're actually going to use this particular Yeastar Partner ID, like I showed you there. So this is actually going to be one of my Yeastar IDs. So I'm going to jump into the system directly, and let's see what's going to happen now. And by the way, guys, this is actually going to be a Yeastar Partner ID, of course. So I'm currently using this particular ID, which is one of our Yeastar partners. That's it. So first thing first, when you jump into the YCM, you can simply go click on this. That will be your user account information, exactly like I mentioned. By the way, you can also switch the system language over here. So currently, we give you guys several options. You can go switch there if you want to change other languages. Okay. Now, let's just have a quick look here. Once we jump into the YCM, Yeastar Central Management, the first thing we will have here is going to be the dashboard. And I guess this dashboard is really easy to figure out everything based on your YCM. Let's have a quick look. For example, if you want to figure out your hardware PBX registration status or working status, whatever it is, you can figure them out on this platform absolutely. And you can also figure out the cloud PBX status as well. So you guys can take a look here. We have device status. This is the thing I mentioned at the very beginning. So if you want to figure out those hardware PBXs, working status, you can take a look here. You can also check on our right hand here. We also give you guys this, the chart. You can also go check on the chart. So whatever it is, like if there's something wrong happens or you got some notification, you can go check over here as well. And one more thing here, cloud PBX status. This is actually going to be the point of our today's session. Take a look. We can simply figuring out our cloud instances working status, like how many instances is running now, how many of them are stopped, right? It's quite clear. So this is going to be the dashboard. At the very beginning, I think we can just have a quick look over here. Now, next step, how do we get started about the cloud PBX, especially the cloud instance management? What if I want to create a new instance there, or maybe I have a couple of instances there, I want to manage them. How do we get started? How do we keep going? So it's pretty simple, guys. When you try to use your YCM, I will give you guys an example. Let's see, I want to create some instance right now, a brand new instance. I just want to create a very brand new instance on this particular YCM now. How do I get started? Oh, that's pretty simple. Step one, you can simply go click on My Subscription because here's the place for you to figure out your resource. All right. So, for example, like if you're gonna figure out, hey, I just want to create a very particular instance right over here. I want to figure out how many extensions do I have there, how many concurrent calls are available for me to make use of them, right? So you can simply go click on My Subscription here and just take a look. Now, for example, you guys can see I currently got 100 extensions, 100 concurrent calls totally. So right now, it's so clear. I get 59 of them are available now. So what I'm supposed to do is I can just make use of this particular 59 extensions and 59 concurrent calls for creating new instances. That's what I can do now. And by the way, we can also check our subscription plan status as well. That's it. Because as we know, this is going to be the cloud solution, right? So cloud solution business model will be completely subscription-based service. And every single one of our instance, they start with, it starts with the enterprise plan. So if you want to get something else, like you want to upgrade this particular plan to ultimate plan, whatever it is, you can absolutely do it by contacting our local dealer. That's it. And later on, you can check back on your YCM, see how many ultimate plans you have here, how many enterprise plans you have here. It's so clear, right? So this is like the preparation work. Basically, at the very beginning, we can simply just take a look there, get a general idea. This is like after that. Now let's keep going. Now, next step is, I guess it's time for us to make use of our resources, right? So how do we get started? Now, for Cloud PBX management, we can just go click on Cloud PBX here directly, and you guys will see we have PBX. Let's just do it. So go click on PBX here, and now you guys can see I have something left here, which basically means I already created something in advance. Now, why don't we just create a new one, right? So we can simply go click on Add. This is actually the way how we create a new Cloud PBX instance. Okay, have a look. Step one, we're supposed to name this Cloud PBX. You can name it as you wish. Now, for example, I'm going to name this Cloud PBX with a very particular name. I guess we can call this one as Yeastar Training, I suppose. I think that works. And as for the PBX plan, just like I said, every single one of our instances, it starts with the enterprise plan. However, if you want to upgrade this to ultimate plan, that's totally fine. You can upgrade it to the ultimate plan anytime. So you can simply select ultimate plan here, and when you click on save later, you will get the notification which tells you to contact with the local, dealer to upgrade the plan to ultimate plan. So this is the option. Another option is you can probably forget about this because later on we can also upgrade the instance plan a little bit later. That's also supported. So I'm going to show you guys with the very common way. Let's keep going. Next step, we have PBX version. We're just going to select this one. Obviously, I have the latest version on my platform right now. I would just use this. And then make your decision. How many extensions are you going to use for this particular instance? I guess we can probably take 10 instances and 10 concurrent calls. Well, honestly, guys, this is very flexible because now you're in charge of this platform, right? So as for extensions and concurrent calls, you do have the flexibility. You can create a particular instance with 8 extensions, 10 extensions, 20 extensions. It totally depends on you. And next step, call recording. And about the call recording, as you guys can see here, we provide you guys free call recording minutes. Totally, I guess it's going to be 10,000 minutes. So for each one of our instances there, we have 500 minutes for free. But this one totally depends on you. If you want to enable this call recording feature for this particular instance, you can just keep what it is. Or maybe you can get more minutes. It's totally up to you. And as for the call recording feature, maybe some of our customers, they don't want to need it. They don't need it. We can just disable this. All right, next step. One more thing here is quite special. It's going to be the region. All right, take a look. Now, this time, this YCM solution, the whole platform, the whole, cloud edition of our P-Series system, the architecture is pretty awesome. Everything is all pre-configured by Yeastar. It's all deployed by Yeastar. And the point is, our server deployments are totally, globalized. So when you click this, there's a drop-down list. Gives you so many options there. Now, what you're supposed to do now is simply just make your selection. Choose the closest one for your customers. Now, for example, like if I have a customer, he's actually in maybe China or maybe somewhere else near this area, so I can probably choose the nearest server, just like you said. So I can choose Singapore. This might be my option here. I do have that flexibility, but for you guys, it's totally, up to you, up to our customers. Like if I get a customer, his location is not in here, it's not in Singapore, probably in somewhere else, like maybe South Africa, I can just choose the server location, which is deployed in Cape Town, right? Or maybe I can choose another one, like I have a customer in Canada, I can choose this one, Montreal. So this is totally flexible, depends on us. All right, now I'm going to use this one as an example. The next step, URL. So this particular URL is going to be the server address of this particular instance, because later on, we're actually going to log into this instance for the configuration. And not just for us, even for our customers in the future. For example, like this end user, he got some employees, they want to jump into the system with the web client. They absolutely need a server address. That's it. So we can just create this particular URL for this customer. I guess I can keep the same thing, which is going to be Yeastar Training. I think that makes sense, right? So I can just keep it what it is. Yeastar Training .sgycm.yeastarcloud.com. Anyway, this is just going to be the URL for this particular instance. That's it. And as for the PBX type, it also depends on you guys. So if this is going to be the commercial version, like this one's for selling directly, I would just choose commercial, and I can set this expiration date. All right. Or maybe I can create a trial license for my customers. That's okay. So for one of my customers, I want to give you the trial license, so I can just switch it to trial. That's it. And simultaneously, don't forget to set the expiration date. But anyway, the expiration date, just like you said, it depends on you. So I think I'm going to use commercial directly here. All right. And next step, customer information. Well, this step, it really matters, because later on, when you create this particular instance, you actually need to activate it. Maybe you will need to activate it for your end users, or maybe end users, they will need to activate it by themselves anyway. So we really need to set the customer information here, because later on, we're actually going to send them the activation mail by email. That's it. So we will need to add the customer information here. Now, for this part of configuration, it's pretty simple. If you have a new customer now, you can just go click on Add New Customer Now, right over here for this particular customer. So you can simply drop the customer information here, like first name, last name, company name, and email address. What really matters for this part of configuration, I guess, is going to be email address, because later on, just like I said, we're actually going to update this customer with the activation mail. That's it. But I think I'm going to use this particular one because my information is already on the system. So I'm going to use this existed one. So you guys can see company information is Yeastar. Email address is going to be jasonnew@yeastar.com, which is exactly my mailbox. And let's just go click on save. So simple and plain, guys. To be very honest, if you're familiar with this platform, I guess, it only takes like a couple of seconds to create a new instance, just like this. It's very easy. And after that, we'll be able to see the new instance will be posted on the list. All right. It might take a couple of seconds now, guys, because I chose the server located in Singapore, but I'm currently in China. So that just takes a couple of seconds, like this. But however, for you guys, you choose the closest server there when you click on save. It's pretty fast. It's pretty fast. Okay. Now let's have a look here. So you guys can see the new Cloud PBX instance has been created here, which is Yeastar Training, and this is going to be the serial number of it. And you can see this is going to be the URL. Okay. What now? Now, what we're supposed to do is we actually need to activate this, because end users, they can't activate this. So if you try to log into the system with that particular URL now, there's nothing you can do because the system is not activated. That's it. For example, I give you guys an example. If we try to log into the system, you guys can see this. Sorry, page not found, because I never activate this particular instance. It's not working now. So what we're supposed to do is we're going to go click on Start PBX. This is something we're supposed to do, okay? Wait a second. Just wait a second. About this activation mail, I think we can have a look on the PBX email template. You probably want to know more details about this activation mail. You want to see how does it look like? If there any way for us to customize it, absolutely. You can just go click on PBX email template. It looks like this. Take a look. So this is going to be the activation mail. We're simply going to send this particular customer with this activation mail. So he or she will be able to get the activation mail. So we will be able to get the activation URL. We will be able to get the activation code, the login URL. Anyway, those basic information are posted on this totally. So this is going to be the activation mail. Now, let's get back to the PBX to see what's going to happen. Now I'm going to try to activate this particular instance. Let's go for it. Okay, so go click on Start button and then just confirm with this pop-up. Are you sure to start Yeastar training? Absolutely. That's what I'm going to do now. Once again, guys, take a look here. Now when you try to click on that, you have the notification which tells you to send the activation mail to this particular customer. Now we just send the activation mail. That's exactly what we're supposed to do for this particular step. All right? Just wait for a couple of seconds, and then later on for this particular customer, he or she will be able to get the notification mail. Now, take a look, guys. The contact information I just showed you, that will be my mailbox, which is jasonnew@yeastar.com. So take a look. This is my mailbox, and I get a new email notification, and it looks like this. Let's have a look. So this is exactly what a customer, what an end user get from the mailbox. All right, it looks like this. So I think we can zoom in. Okay, let's take a look. So first of all, you will see something like this. Welcome aboard. And we're going to send you some particular, information about this particular, instance you have there. Take a look. Your PBX is ready now. Now finish your PBX settings to enjoy a seamless, unified communications experience with intuitive web interface for easy management and settings. And here, Linkus UC clients for anywhere, anytime connectivity, call center solutions, CRM integration, and many more. Anyway, so the point is, end users, if they want to know more details about our Linkus clients or other features, they can just go click on this. I'm pretty sure they will just go access our website directly by using that link. That's it. Okay, so what is Linkus? You want to get the information, you go click on it. Other information, other features, you go click on many more. So explore our P-Series system by using our website here. That's it. Okay, I'm going to switch it back. Now, what next? Next is we're actually going to use the activation link. All right, so we use this activation URL. Go click on it, and you will be able to see this particular instance. It looks like this. Okay, and I guess the system will ask you to enter the activation code. Otherwise, you can't make it work. That's what you're supposed to do for the next step. So let's just wait for a couple of seconds. But because, like I said, my instance is actually based on Singapore server now. It probably take a few seconds. But anyway, it just looks like this. Now we switch it back to the mailbox. We get the activation code. This is going to be the activation code. Copy this activation code, then back over here. We're just going to drop the activation code there. Now we go click on confirm. That's it. So this is the way how we activate this particular instance. Very easy, very simple, right? So now, whoever it is, it might be you or it might be your customers. Anyway, so like I said, whoever it is, we can just jump in here. We can finish this installation wizard. So we will be able to finish the activation of this particular instance. In other words, if you try to make use of this instance, what you're supposed to do now is just finish this installation wizard. We totally have 3 steps. The last one's going to be a summary. That's it. And after that, you can just log in. All right. I'm going to talk about this part a little bit later. Let's just get back to the YCM here. I'm going to talk about more details here as well. Take a look here, guys. as I mentioned, this is exactly going to be the centralized platform for you to manage your cloud PBXs and your hardware PBXs as well. Now, today we're just talking about the Yeastar Cloud Edition. So over here, you've already got a bunch of instances created on this list. You can do whatever you want. For example, you can go click on details. Get more details of this particular instance. This is what you can do here. And like something like customer information, whatever it is. You want to update the customer information, you can also go check over here as well. All right, and one more thing is we can go click on stop button. So sometimes you want to stop this instance, you go click on that. And you can also go click on more. So something like resize the capacity, upgrade the plan, send the activation mail, restore the PBX. Anyway, it's totally under your control by using the YCM, Yeastar Central Management. So that's the point. That's exactly the point I mentioned at the very beginning. This is just going to be a very particular unified platform, the unified centralized platform for all of your management. Okay. Okay, so I guess now we can switch it back on the PBX. So let's switch it back on the PBX. I'm going to turn these things off. Okay, now let's stay focused on the Yeastar Cloud Edition. Let's see, how do we get started? Pretty simple. You will just need to follow the installation wizard like I said. First of all, this is going to be the username. So you can probably name it a Yeastar Training. I think I'm going to name it as Yeastar Training, all right? This is just going to be the username for Super Administrator when you try to log into the system later. So keep this in your mind. And also we need a password. I guess I can just use something easier like Yeastar123, right? Repeat the password, Yeastar123. Okay, and also email address. This is going to be the Super Administrator's address. I think I'm going to keep what it is. jasonu@yeastar.com. I think that's okay, right? Mobile number, currently I don't need it. I can keep this way, all right? Now let's keep going. Event notifications. So contact name, we need it, right? So contact name, I guess I can drop my name here. That's my information. And a notification level, I can keep... I think I can keep the default setting. That's okay. Call mobile. I don't want this. I don't want to be notified by calling mobile. I think you sent me the email. That's enough. Then we go for next. Okay, next step. Next step is going to be date and time settings. So here we got a time zone selection. So like the true example now. I'm in China now, so I will just select the Beijing. That's what I need now. So I will need to find my time zone. But for you guys, you just select the one you're using there, right? That's it. Pretty simple. It's all synchronized automatically. Daylight saving time, we don't use daylight saving time, so I will prefer to disable this. But for you guys, you can probably use automatic. That's okay. That's totally fine. And then display format. Depends on you. Give you guys several options. Year, month, date, or month, date, year, or date, month, year. Depends on you. I think I can keep the default one. That's okay. That's totally meets my preference. And time display format. I think I will prefer 24-hour format, but if you would like to take 12-hour format, that's also supported. Not a problem. Okay, now let's go for next step. Step 3, system prompt language. Now currently, because this is going to be the very beginning step, you're going to activate the system now, so the system prompt we provide you guys right now is going to be only one option, which is English. However, if you want to get the other prompt here, you can go click on download online prompts. That's also supported, so you can get multiple language prompts here at the very beginning. But like I said, this is going to be the activation step. So by default configuration, you only have English as the default prompt. So I think it's okay. I can keep it this way, right? Other settings, notification email language. 3 options for now. English, Chinese, and Russian. So I think I can keep English here. And device name here depends on you. If you want to customize your device name with a very particular one, you can just set it over here. I think I can probably just change it as Yeastar Training, right? Let's just keep the same thing, Yeastar Training. Name display format depends on you. Depends on your preference. All right, like first name, last name with space in between. Last name, first name with space in between or without space in between. Depends on you. All right. I guess mostly we're going to use the first one. That's it. And next one. Enable allow country and region code downlink protection. I don't suggest you enable this at the very beginning, but that's okay. Because if you enable this, just be a little bit careful, all right? Because this is about the security enhancement. You need to be very careful with this. Otherwise, you might probably get something wrong in the future for making calls. So my suggestion is we can skip this part. If we really want to enhance the security, maybe later on we can jump into the system for the customization. All right, so now we go click on next. So there you go. So this is going to be the username Yeastar Trini. We keep this in our mind, and also we got our password. That's it. So basically all the settings, they're all good now, and I think we're okay. Now we just go click on reboot. So the system will just take 2 minutes, around 2 minutes for rebooting. That's it. And basically, this is exactly what it is. The way how we get started with our YCM to create a new instance and also to activate this particular instance. So the next step for us is pretty simple, I guess. We can just log into this particular instance with the username we set there, with the password we set there, and then we can start our configuration. Okay? But anyway, guys, I guess that was all we have for session 1. So more details about the instance configuration. Stay tuned for, on our session 2, session 3. We're going to talk about more details later. Okay?